Welcome guys to another video on my channel. In today's video I'll talk about phone addiction, like the phone addiction we've got, I've got, you've got, because we're living in a society where the phone is taking a lot up in our lives, and like also the internet, which is having a very big impact on our lives. And I'll talk today about ways to stop it, and also how you recognize that you have the phone addiction. I mean, in general, everyone has that phone addiction, so I'll take you in today's video with me, and I hope you enjoy this video. Hit the subscribe button because I drop 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them, and I'll keep this video going. So, why should you stop the scrolling? Like, the phone, and in general phone addiction, is caused by the so-called dopamine, which is released in our body when you can have the short-term enjoy, and that happens when you scroll through or just use your phone and be on that phone and stare in that. And best and easiest thing is to say stop that scrolling, because what happens if you stop that scrolling? You start to reduce the amount of dopamine which is released through that, and you get used to that. And in general, we have one life, we have only one life, and I think everyone wants to get the best out of that one life. So why should we focus and leave the spare time we've got there and release that dopamine if we can just keep grinding and keep working on ourselves? I mean, I was struggling with stopping to turn from be the consumer of social media to like start an own channel, invest time in myself, read and give some like helpful advice on these platforms, rather than just scrolling there and just waste my life. Because at the end I want to get recognized, or like they say, like, I mean, if we go a few years further, everyone dies, so we know that. But like at the end, we're having a life which goes up to where, and at that point when we have our funeral. And I think you want a lot of people on that funeral, because it is your funeral and everyone is looking at your life you had there. So we better get out there, stop the scrolling and do something special. Time limits don't work. That's a reality. Because I tried these time limits and I failed massively. You know why? Because you can't just... We have the phone addiction. So what will be your feeling like? You can just stop the scrolling just with with putting on time limits, your brain is very intelligent. My brain is intelligent, your brain is intelligent, everyone's brain is intelligent in distracting themselves, because it is so easy to skip time limit. First you put a time limit of 15 minutes, then you put it in like, I'll remind me later, like remind me in 15 minutes, I'll take a break for 15 minutes longer, and then it starts to put in, getting annoyed, or rather puts the 1 hour in there. So you start to procrastinate, I guess, in that way, and you don't want that, and I don't want that either. So I mean, for starting this channel, for getting finally creative and getting these drone shots done, I mean I know the quality isn't the best yet, because I want to get some cinematic drone shots done, but it is a bit difficult to do them if you need to drive at the same time. But what I want to say here is I took a dopamine break, I guess, for 1 week, and that's when I started this channel, because that 1 week gave me enough energy to finally get out there and start something. And you know what I did there? I stopped scrolling on Instagram. I deleted Instagram for a week. I didn't have TikTok there. I mean, I started just with TikTok to be on the creator side and not consuming it. And third thing I realized is even then my brain started to find other ways, like scrolling through the media, scrolling through news. I was distracting myself with that, and I was shocked how our brains work and find ways to distract ourselves and get the dopamine levels up. And it is a short-term effect, and it doesn't bring you like further in the long term. So I think try it out with the time limits, but from my experience it didn't work. And I'll say you need to like really delete the app on your phone to really get finally off that and focus on your life. One simple way is getting yourself busy. I'm doing my studies now, I have my part-time job, I need to help at the restaurant doing the accounting. Even with that, I managed to do a YouTube channel, because time is actually, I mean, it is limited to these 24 hours and 7 days per week, but how you do that and how you fill up your days and hours, that depends fully on yourself. And you can do that with making yourself busy, like getting creative, getting into creative mode. Because if you start to find inspiration and passion, then you can get out there and stop that phone addiction and invest that time in being creative and inspired by things. So one thing I can give along in today's video is make yourself really busy, so you don't get to the idea to scroll and get your phone and just spend hours on there doing something which is in the long term not effective. Try to confront your fear you've got, because I realized mostly I'll scroll on my phones if I'm anxious about things and anxious about life, anxious what my future would look like. And these are the moments when I'm like, I just rather spend some hours or minutes on the phone, and then it turns out into hours. and apply the 5 minutes rule, where you just get started for 5 minutes and then do 5 minutes longer, 5 minutes more, and you realize how quickly you get out of that phone addiction and start to put some creative work in there and get inspired. Yeah, it is a difficult topic to deal with, a difficult matter in your life. I mean, we need to thank these scientists and inventors who created these phones and tools like that and all the technology we've got nowadays, but these people weren't the ones who spent these hours on the phone and scrolling through these social media platforms and like wasting their lives like that. These were the people who actually took the courage and did something special. And how did they do that? Because they got inspired in doing the things they really wanted, rather than just spending hours on the things they didn't actually want to do. So keep the inspiration up, keep the motivation up, and at the end the discipline makes yourself, like, gives you the success you really want at the end. So that was it for today's video. I hope you can implement it in your life. Tell me how you stop your phone addictions and keep yourself inspired, and comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As I said in the beginning, hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on, because I drop 2 new videos every single Sunday and every single Thursday, and you don't want to miss them. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video, and thank you very much for watching.